Hello, and welcome to another episode of Flawed Human Being TV. Boy, it's been a while since I've done that. I'm going to talk this time, so there will be beats. But I wanted to talk to you about my new little toy, which is this Tascam DR-05X. Check this. Right? Just a little kind of handheld audio recorder. It has a mic. Let's see if I can get that focus there. A couple mics on the top, and an input as well for anything with, headphone jack. The output headphone jack there. It's got a little speaker on it. And then the micro USB card goes in here, and there's a USB attachment plug-in device there as well. I don't know what made me exactly get this, but I started thinking about it for just Foley sounds and making my own samples and whatever it's gonna be, and then it's actually become quite useful with the 404. So I thought I would do a little video on it and just how I've used it for the last couple of beats that I've made, and then actually I'm recording this audio into it now. So yeah, it's a pretty cool device. I can actually plug in my pocket operator into it and just record, hands-free, kind of record my beats. I see a lot on the forums on Reddit and things like, how do I record my pocket operator? How do I, and it's like, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but, sometimes, but, with this thing, I mean, you can just hook it up, burp, with the noises, and then you can just record right into it. So yeah, let's look into how I've been using it. Sorry for the extremely long intro. I'm gonna have some more coffee. Alright, so here we are at my crazy desk. Sometimes it looks good, but see, I think every producer needs to have like this chord pile, just like random shit that you just like pull out of here. Anyway, so I have my 404 and I have the Tascam. I was just somehow trying to figure out how to film this, but basically what I'm doing, I have a beat I made on the 404 pattern sequencer. The thing about that is, like, I love the pattern sequencer, as I've talked about before. I have a couple tutorials and whatnot on it. I think it's really powerful, and for what I do with loops and my beats, like, it just works for me. So the thing about it is, you can't have a pattern sequencer beat like recorded into the box. Like, there's no way to put it on another pad. So there's always a lot of questions of like, well, what do I do? How do I record my 404? How do I, and with this thing, the output here, I can record right onto it from my 404. So I can basically bounce, not even bounce. I don't even want to say that, because it's just, so you're recording onto the card of the Tascam from the 404 output. Sounds great. And then you have your beat, and then you can put it back into the 404. So that's what we're going to kind of do now. Let me swap. I don't think you'll be able to hear me anymore, which might be a good thing. But let me swap this input, change a couple things, and then we can listen to the pattern sequence to beat. Un momento. Alright, so here's the plan. I had to mic myself up through the 404 to like record the 404 so you can hear me and then hear the 404. Cool. All right, so anyway, here's the pattern sequencer. We can start with the chops. This beat's got the sample from a place called Wax Cartel, which like I'd never used before, but great sample packs. I mean, I really dig this one that I got. So it's here's the chops. And the loop. So I had that all together and then basically made a pattern out of it. So I'll play that a little bit just so you can kind of see how that sounds. All right. So anyways, what I did was laid that all out, sequenced it as it played. I recorded that in the Tascam. And then, once I have that saved, I can just swap the output here to the input and record the beat back into the 404. And that's just swapping the RCA cables from input to output and output to input and output to input and input to output and input to so that's like a cool way to bounce the track back and forth. So once I had that done for this particular beat, got out of the pattern sequencer, and then I recorded onto a new pad. Let's choose 4. And then we'd record from the Tascam back onto a pad so that you don't have to worry. You've made the beat in the pattern sequencer. You don't have to worry about it. You don't use that anymore. And then, at least in this workflow, and then basically you have the beat again on a pad. So anything you can do to a pad, resample. I added, compression, EQ, and like some vinyl sim on this particular beat, and then I was able to just record that into Ableton, add some more loops and percussion and EQ it a little more, compress it a little more, and then basically bounce that to the card. I mean, you could literally use the Tascam for all that too, but and then I was able to perform the particular beat that I made with this. So it was a learning experience. It's not perfect. There is some leveling that needs to be done with this thing as far as the peak reduction, what mode you're in. I'm working through that, but I wanted to get this video done just to show like, hey, this is possible. Like I say, this, like the pocket operator here, which you can't see, it's just like a black rectangle. Hello. The output of that, just input to this Tascam, and you're good to record a beat, and then you got it on a micro SD card. You do whatever the hell you want with it. Word. Hope this helps. I'm gonna, make a beat. Peace.